Hey y'all, my name is Cassie and I am the creator of Pieces of Scrap, and in today's video I wanted to do kind of like a hangout, see what I'm working on kind of vlog. And first off, I have 2 commissioned bags from the same person that I'm currently working on. Let me see if I can rearrange my camera so you can see my blocking board. So yeah, I got my blocking board here. I just finished putting these 2 panels together. She wanted like a rainbow bag, so we've got these 2 panels. And then she wants a purple bag like I did for a commission recently off my Etsy. I have, if you're interested in getting one of these bags for yourself, I have a listing on my Etsy to get a custom bag, and you just fill in a text box what you want the bag to look like, and then I can message back and forth with you to kind of figure out what exactly you mean by your description and kind of iron out any details if before I get started working on it. So yeah, working on 2 bags right now. My customer has her daughter's birthday coming up, so each of her daughters are gonna get their own bag, so I'm super excited to finish these up for her and then get them to her next Wednesday. And then other than that, I also have a lot of things that I have crocheted since my last market, so I'm going to show you guys. So I ended up making this chubby axolotl off of the smaller version of these chubby axolotls that I've done in a review video in the past, and this is just using size 8mm crochet hook, as well as the Yarn Bee yarn or Bernat blanket. Like this is Bernat blanket and this is Yarn Bee, so it's like a thicker gauged, and he came out so big. And I started working on a blue one, but then I got my commission in for that bag, so I got started on the bag. So I have like the tail done of the blue one, haven't finished him yet, but he came out so cute, and he's just giant and squishy and he's just adorable. My husband started mowing the lawn, so I got up to go shut the window, but I also ended up grabbing the different sized axolotls that I have so you can truly appreciate how big this one is. So yeah, this is the normal size that it comes out to when you follow the directions. I use a 4.5 or 5mm hook with Premier Parfait yarn, and then this is how it turns out with the Bernat sized yarn and an 8mm hook, so it's quite a bit bigger. Like it's at least two times bigger. So there's those 2, and then of course this is the mini squishy axolotl, so it's like half the size of the middle sized one. So I have 3 different sizes of axolotls now, and axolotls are really like popular among like children for some reason. I think it's mostly because of Minecraft. But yeah, we've got 3 different sizes of axolotls now, and they're so cute. And the good thing about this one is that, so base price for these is $15, and then this one's like 2 times bigger, so I might be able to sell this for like $25 or something like that. And that is quite a bit of profit margin because it's not taking any more time to make this versus this one. It takes the same amount of time, it's just a different yarn and a different sized hook. So that might be something that you want to consider when you're prepping for markets in the future. If you want different sized items, just size up your hook and yarn, and then you will make bigger plushies. So yeah, I'm so excited that he came out so cute when he's so big, and I love the color combination. This is like a pretty like mossy green, sage green with these cute little Bernat. I've used this same yarn before to make brontosaurs, and it just looks so cool and like scaly, and I love the color variation, and that green in the middle really matches this body color. So I'm excited how this one turned out. And then next up, I started making all the pieces for this guy at my last market, but I didn't bring these eyes with me, so these are like pretty sparkly blue eyes, and I embroidered around the eyes, and I also embroidered all these pretty flowers all over the ears and all over the body, and I think he came out so cute, or she came out so cute, and so I'm really excited that I made that. I also used one of my safety noses instead of embroidering the noses, so definitely let me know what you think of this cute little bunny, and if you prefer the the button nose, or if you prefer an embroidered nose. I know the last one of these I made an embroidered nose like it's called for in the pattern, and I'm kind of like on the fence about how I feel about the embroidered nose. So let me know what you think. I also ended up purchasing the Crochet Cupid Pig and Ballerina Pig pattern, and I made this little guy for a potential commission. She ended up purchasing the Cupid and a Penelope Pig from me, and I sent those off to her. She should be getting those any day now, which I'm really excited about, but this little Ballerina Pig came out so cute, and I put some cute little sparkly pink eyes on there, and depending on where the light hits it, it kind of looks like the eyes change color sometimes, so that's really, really cute. But this is a no-sew pattern, which I was excited about. The only piece that you really have to sew on is this tail, but you could also just crochet it directly into the body, which I think it actually called for you to crochet the tail into the body. So very, very cute, very, very cute. I love this pattern, and it made the cutest little piggies. And I love like the light pink body of the Penelope Piggy. And funny story about that is I actually was trying to order that body color off of Premiere when I did my last yarn order, but couldn't because they were sold out. But then I saw that they were doing these sometimes they like sell bags of yarn that has like lost its sleeve or whatever. It loses this part, so it's like unwrapped yarn and starts to become like tangled or like loses a bit of the yarn. So I ended up getting a bag of it, and the color that came in the bag I thought was this pink lemonade color that she didn't want, that I've gotten in the past, but it was like such a good deal I couldn't pass it up. It ended up being the color that she wanted. So that was really awesome. I wish I would have known that ahead of time. I wish on Premiere's website that it would tell you like what the shade name was, but I think that kind of defeats the purpose of it being like a, you know, discounted bag. Part of the reason it's discounted is because the shade name isn't on there anymore. Like, you don't have the sleeve, you don't have any information about the yarn on the yarn anymore. So yeah, anyway, I ended up ordering off of Amazon some Himalayan dolphin yarn in the correct color, and that's actually what I ended up crocheting with when I made her Piggy. So it's like a really similar color, but not quite. Actually, let me show you what color it is real quick, and I'll show you like the shade difference. Okay, so here is the color that came in the mystery bag of like, it was 4 skeins of yarn unwrapped like this, and I guess I ended up using this for the Penelope Pig because both skeins of this Himalayan dolphin baby that I ordered from Amazon are still wrapped, like this one is. So I guess I ended up using this color, which is fine by me. It kind of matches these piggies a little more, like it's a similar color. But yeah. Actually, now that I think of it, I think I ordered like 4 of these. So I ended up using, because this one matches a lot better than this one does. Like, you can definitely see the shade like difference. Yeah, so I ended up making the Penelope Piggy in this. I must have used like a whole skein of this because the 2 that I thought I bought are still wrapped. I must have gotten 3 or 4 of them. Anyway, yeah. So there's the shade difference. It's like 1 shade difference. The Himalayan dolphin baby is definitely like a shade lighter. And let me see if I can see the shade name on here. It doesn't look like there's a shade name on here unless it's just in a spot that I can't quite find. It's also likely that all of their wrappings are like identical and there's not actually shade names on each of them. There's like this scan like thermal printed bit right here where, or a stamp or something, where it looks like there's some sort of like number assigned to this color. But I will definitely link this yarn in the description below if you're interested in getting this shade. It's very similar to this one, which I think is the ballet pink, but I could be wrong. I don't have the sleeves. But I thought the ballet pink was like closer to this color. Anyway, Himalayan Dolphin Baby is like a little bit more expensive than Premier Parfait per skein, and you can only order 2 at a time. You can't like order individual skeins. And then the weirdest thing is they put these in vacuum sealed bags when they ship them, so when they get here they're like all like squished up and they look really wrong, but it's just because they vacuum seal them so that they don't get dirty or anything like that during the shipping process. So I really like that, and it's good yarn. It's very good. It is like almost identical to Premier Parfait, like same yarn weight, maybe like a tiny bit bigger, but definitely not like a huge discrepancy if you're thinking about using Premier Parfait with the Dolphin Baby. Like you wouldn't, like if you're doing color changes, it's not really going to make much of a difference in your rows, definitely. So I really like him, the Dolphin Baby yarn. I've used it in the past for a Yeti commission because Premier was sold out of the right blues that I needed, so I ordered some more of it. I have this, and then I got this really cool green color. Let me go get it so you can see it. Yeah, so here's the green color. It's like super pretty, like forest green. I really like it. It's gonna make some really cute plushies. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet. It reminded me of like the color of some leaves, so maybe I'll put it on some of my root veggies, or I don't know, maybe make a cactus or something like that. But it's a really pretty color. It's nice to have more than just 2 greens in my catalog of Premier Parfait yarns. So yeah, I'm excited to work with it in the future. All right, so I have like 2 more things to show you that I've been working on. So I finished this pattern tester call for Crafty Cam's Crochet. It is a pattern that is available on her Etsy, so make sure you check it out if you're interested in getting some Hello Kitty-esque little kitty pattern. It comes in like 2 color variations. Of course, you can make it in any colors that you want to, but I made it in the color variations that she suggests in her pattern. So we've got the purple and we've got a blue and yellow, and this is made in Premier, I'm sure I said that already, and this is made in Bernat, so you get a color, or excuse me, you get a size difference comparison, and they came out really cute. It's almost all no-sew except for you make the ears and the bow separately and then you sew them on as you're still crocheting the body. So you get to like this portion of the head and then you sew on the ears and the bow, and you can also do like your embroidering at that time, but I kind of wait until it's stuffed just because that gives me a better sense of like how tightly to tie my knots and stuff like that. But yeah, I love how they turned out. These are really quick makes. They worked up in under 40 minutes, so very market prep friendly, and I'm sure people will love them because I feel like cats are becoming really popular and there's not a lot of patterns out for them. And especially since these are like Hello Kitty cats too, they will be really recognizable, and I'm sure people will love them and pick them up just because they're a fan of Hello Kitties. And then finally I'm working on another pattern. I'm always trying to work on patterns and new pattern ideas. So next up in my like baby pattern series is this corn. So I've got 2 variations here. I actually polled y'all on my Instagram and my Instagram stories to see which one of these you preferred, and it sounds like most people prefer this one, but I'd be super down to put them both out if you guys like them. But I think biggest thing with this one is you can't really see his eyes super easily, and then the other thing that I don't like about it specifically is that like the husk that's coming up, these little points, it kind of looks like it's jutting out, kind of like the top of a castle tower or something like that. Like it's not really seamless. It's not a seamless transition. It kind of looks like the brim of a hat or something like that. So I'm not a super huge fan of it, but I do like the shape of him. So I ended up going with this one where you have these nice little husks on the back, and you can position them any way you'd like. It's sewn into the corn cob in the middle so that it doesn't like fold down completely, but you can fold them down as much as you like. You can even forego sewing that middle piece down if you want to. And then of course it's completely no-sew. The row right here where you start seeing the husk is worked into the front loops or back loops, can't remember, of this green row down here, and then you work these husk pieces row by row instead of in the round. So it's a pretty easy pattern. I will look into getting it tested pretty soon. So if you're interested in testing this for me, make sure you follow me on Instagram and look out for that pattern tester call. It seems like I've been doing a lot, but it hasn't felt like it to me personally because, you know, I'm usually trying to make a lot more amigurumi plushies than I am currently. But right now I'm kind of focusing on getting this bag commission done, and then I will maybe look into working on some more patterns. I have some drawings of patterns. If I guess I can give you a sneak peek of those ideas too. I mean, like, they're not drawings of patterns, but they're like pattern ideas. So I've got like a cat or a fox or a raccoon like kind of pattern here where the cat would be laying on its side and it has like this tail that like kind of goes around its body with like these big old ears. I think that would be really cute. And then I had this idea this morning of making like a chubby Shiba Inu or like a chubby husky plushie. And like for Shiba Inu specifically, there's so many color variations in that breed. So there would be like a white one, an orange one, and then a black one like the one I have. So I think that would be a really cute idea. And then I was also thinking about making a dragon. So I'd want like a big head on the dragon, kind of make it like chibi instead of like a, you know, more realistic dragon, and having like bobbles for arms, and majorly no sew, except I think I would have to sew on the horns and these side gills maybe, and the wings. But yeah, I've got a couple patterns in the works that I'm thinking about making. These will be like bigger patterns and not really the size of my baby shroom, baby broccoli, root veggies, or anything like that. It'll be a bigger plushie, probably around the size of that medium-sized axolotl, or maybe a little bit bigger than that. So I'm excited to be working on some patterns soon, to have like a little bit of time to work on those things and get some more patterns out there. And I think those patterns would probably be paid patterns that you purchase on my Etsy and not a free pattern that goes out on my Instagram. Hey y'all, so it's been a little bit since you've seen me last. I have quite a few updates to go through. So first of all, the most obvious thing is that I'm working on a granny square blanket with these daisy, the daisy pattern that I used to make my daisy granny square bags, but I am currently trying to make a big old blanket with it. So here is my little diagram of what that's gonna look like. So all of these X's are daisies, and then the ones that are not covered in X's are just plain solid color granny squares. So I'm going to make 9 of each of these colors. I'll show you the rest of the colors really quick. Here are all the colors I have. So I've got this blue, and then this speckled yellowish orange color, this green, speckled pink, purple, and then the dark blue that you see behind me. And I will have 9 of each of these. However, I don't think that will actually come to be because I finished all of this green color and I do not have 9, I have 7. And then this blue, I think I ended up with 6. I ran out of the blue. So I will have 9 of almost all of these, and then I will probably have some extra of the pink and the orangish yellow speckle in the blanket, and then I will have to pull out some other colors to use for the solid color squares, because the plan was to make 9 of each of these and then each of the solid color in the same background color, but I'm running out. So I could either go find more of each of these colors, or I can use what I have. And what I have is some of this color, which I think would look really nice. And then I have a pink, and I have more of this. I have like 2 more giant balls of this. So those are options. Or I have a rainbow, but I'm not sure if I want to do a rainbow, but I have these 3 color options. There's a lot more of this too, and I can get this very easily at my local Walmart. So yeah, I have those as options if I need them. I'm kind of leaning towards using what I have. All of this yarn organizer right here is all like Bernat, velvet, stuff like that, and I don't typically reach for that when working on amigurumi. What I usually use is all this Premier Parfait back here, and so I'm trying to find a way to use all this Bernat and thicker yarn that I don't usually use when making amigurumi. So I decided that I want to make a blanket, hence the blanket and the plan and everything like that. So I'm trying to get that done. It's a lot of work, but it is something that is really easy to do and mindless at the end of the day when I don't really want to work on some new pattern for an amigurumi or anything else. Easy to do when I'm watching like a TV show downstairs, because typically what I do when I work on amigurumi is I have my computer in front of me so that I can watch something on one screen and then have the pattern up in front of me on the other screen, and then there's also table space for me to lay out all of my supplies, and I don't have to worry about carting my things up and down the stairs to go sit in the living room and do the same thing. And I can also keep notes really easily when I'm at my desk too, because it's out in front of me and I don't have to worry about like getting it out of the way, so that I can just like sit there. And when I'm downstairs in the living room, my dogs also like get in the way too, because they want to sit on the couch with us, and I don't want to get in the way of them enjoying spending time with me, because I spend way too much sitting on my butt up here at my desk, and I want to have quality time with my husband and my dogs when I'm down there in the living room. So anyway, I'm working on that. And then in addition to that, I wanted to give you guys an update. I have secured my spot in multiple markets, but they're all in October. So I'll be at the Hot Pepper Festival in Palestine, Texas. And that is in October. It's like the first weekend of October. And then the Peanut Festival, of course, I went there last year and it was a huge success, and so I'm going to go there again this year. That is the second weekend of October in Grapeland, Texas. And then on the 26th of October, which is the last weekend of October, I believe, I will be at Huntsville at Fair on the Square. So I have all of those markets in October. My October is very packed and it's very busy, and I spent a lot of money to get all those booths. They're all very, very varying booth fees. So yeah, I think Fair on the Square is the most expensive booth I've ever secured. However, Huntsville has a much larger population than every other market that I've been to, and there's also a college in town, which is like one of my primary demographics for my products, so I have a feeling that I will do very, very good and that I will make up that booth fee substantially. So I'm not worried about it. It's just a while down the line, and with nothing on my calendar for the summer, I'm thinking that I'm gonna need to do a lot of prepping so that I have plenty to sell in October. So after I finish this blanket, I'm going to be in full gear market prepping, and there will be a lot of market prep videos going over what I'm making and stuff like that. But for this video specifically, I'm just taking a chill break. I want to work on something that's not amigurumi, and so hence the blanket. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I probably won't show you the finished product in this video. It's something that I'll be working on for weeks and weeks to come, because it's just such a huge project and I'm just taking my time with it. So look out in a future video for the finished blanket when it is finished. I'm sure I will show you guys when that's done, and I will also tell you about how I end up sewing it together, because that's going to be a beast on its own, and I'm not sure if I want to sew it together or if I want to crochet it together like I do with my granny square bags. So just be praying for me in that process, because that's a little bit difficult. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you leave a like and comment down below what you're working on for your markets. Let me know if you have one coming up, and if you have any questions about any advice I might have about doing a market, because it is a stressful experience your first couple times, and you definitely I definitely remember needing to do a lot of research before, because I did not feel like I could do it on my own, and I relied on a lot of YouTube creators to kind of walk me through what I need to be prepared for that process. So yeah, comment down below if you're prepping for your first market. I'm happy to give you some advice and suggestions about what you could be doing better. Anyway, if you guys like my content and you want to see more in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I put out new content every Tuesday, and if you don't want to remember that, just hit that bell, because that'll tell you and it'll send you a notification whenever I have new content coming out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!